All right. Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us. This is our weekly real estate backstory where we try and expose the soft underbelly of the real estate world, all the comings and goings, things happening in the real estate market here in Atlanta. And so my name is Alan Richardson. I'm the managing broker here.
My name is Ming Richardson, the compliance broker for Maximum One Realty and Realtor Partners.
There we go. All right. And we kind of want to jump into talking about why the buyers are waiting to act right now, because there's a new Redfin study out. I'm sorry, Zillow study that just came out, and they say that right now about a third of potential buyers have not hired an agent yet, and so they're kind of sitting back and kind of waiting to kind of see what's going on. And we're also seeing where at the same time a lot of realtors are kind of talking themselves out of trying to reach out to folks. They're telling folks, they're telling themselves, look, the buyers aren't on the market. They're not interested. Now is the time to start engaging. This is the time of year we start heading into fall, and real estate activity normally starts tapering down. October and November are traditionally slower months for us, especially November. November kind of moves in is normally one of our roughest months, just on the overall number of transactions.
Well, it's a holiday and nobody want to be inconvenienced. And also, but we do have some folks that do move between the season. So, I mean, there's some activities.
Well, but see, the thing is that you can't wait until January to start building relationships. Like we can't wait until if you start reaching out and engaging with folks in January, guess what they're already doing? They've already found their realtor, they've already got their agent, that kind of stuff. So like on one hand, we need to really be looking at, first of all, are the buyers still in our market? Yes, yeah. We still have more demand than we have supply to meet. And then on the other side of things, are we talking ourselves out of there? Are we preparing ourselves for taking care of our clients in December and January and that kind of stuff by reaching out right now?
And I will tell you right now, we have agents that are doing first-time home buyer seminar. If you're unfamiliar with it, call the office manager and see who's doing it. Come to their buyer seminar. Our agent don't mind if you glean some information because that's how they learn. So come and listen, and so that way you can be familiar and kind of create your own personality as well in your own buyer seminar.
Well, right now, the vast majority of buyers are waiting for market conditions to improve. And so, they're waiting for rates to drop and waiting for prices to drop. And the challenge is we don't see that. And so the very first thing we got to look at is, what are we bringing to the table? And the biggest thing we have to bring is education. We have to be the one that speaks wisdom to our buyers about what's going on in the market, what's really kind of happening out there. One of the area where we can really gather a lot of attention right now, one of the biggest buyer needs is home office. So if you'll be talking about home office, you will naturally attract yourself to a lot of buyers and what they're wanting to do. The other thing that's kind of going on right now is that we need to have some sort of a sense of urgency, right? And so a lot of times it's like, well, the rates aren't great and the prices are high, that kind of stuff. Look, there's a cost for waiting. For years now, especially for the last 2 years, since pandemic. I mean, I remember, let me rephrase that.
You make it sound so long ago.
I know. Well, I know. Back in my day, yeah. But the thing is that we've been hearing for years, well, we're just going to wait. You know what? We're going to wait.
The timing's not right and what have you.
Well, the timing not right, but hearing that, everyone thinks that they can time a market, that they can buy when it's low and sell when it's high, and they know when the right time to get in. But, between interest rates and property values, that kind of stuff, it's a tricky thing because and then when you throw in down payments, closing costs, monthly payments, is there a cost for waiting? And what I like to kind of share with you is to be able to articulate and talk about what it costs for our buyers to wait. And so let's just say that you had somebody 2 years ago, in the last couple of years, that had said, you know what, we're going to wait. And we've been hearing this now for a solid 2 years. I'm waiting for prices to drop. I'm waiting for the market to crash. Right. I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for that. Well, here's a problem with that is that, last year in Georgia, property values increased by about, well, let's just moderately, we'll go with 9% the previous year or 2 years
So
ago.
when you wait, you're actually buying 9% higher on the same inventory than you were today.
Well, not only that, but like this past year, we're looking at property values increasing by about 7%. So that's 16% property value appreciation for the last 2 years. So if you bought a $300,000 house 2 years ago, and it's appreciated by, let's just say 15% for easy math, right? That homeowner has now earned $445,000 in equity because they've grown their equity by $15,000. So yes, I understand interest rates may be high. I understand property values are going up, but guess what? Property values aren't going down. Matter of fact, if you look at property values for the last 50 years, they keep going up.
If you think about it, the employer are actually paying more per hour. So that number is never going to come down.
Yeah.
And so therefore, if you're thinking that, the house is going to come down, it's not. Now, we may have a flattened market, but I don't foresee where the value of the property will be depreciating. The reason we had such a perfect storm before was because mortgage.
Well,
also, it was basically anybody had a breath can get a mortgage.
Yeah.
And there was not a due diligence.
Real estate at that point.
And so, now the lender has more stringent guideline for Fannie and Freddie Mac. And so therefore, there's not as much risk as it was before.
Yeah.
So, the thought and the mentality of that we may crash again, I think that is very slim right now, unless the economy just went upside down.
We don't see any, residential real estate's based on supply versus demand.
Correct.
And so like if you don't if you don't get in the game, then the game is going to run over you. Like if you don't want to buy this house this year, guess what? You can buy this house next year and spend more money for it. And you can keep paying somebody else's rent for the mortgage.
Speak to a real estate agent, because you know what? There are down payment options. There are different loan programs that you can do a temporary buy down. There are strategy. And like I tell all my agents, all clients are not the same. Each one of them has its own uniqueness. Explore that uniqueness and see what you can do to best serve them and they're meeting their goals.
Yeah. Now, switching over to mortgage, which is also a touchy subject, but I want to kind of jump in first to USDA. So USDA is updating their eligibility maps right now. And so, kind of effective yesterday kind of thing, that the USDA changed their map for starting October 1st. And so the challenge here is if, first of all, if you had a client that had a property that was in an eligible zone 2 days ago, that may not be today.
I don't know. Usually they're pretty good about.
Normally they are, but I'm just saying, look, they changed that, and you can get exceptions built in, but don't wait for this. All right. So if any of you have any clients getting USDA, make sure that they check where the house is and the map now, not the map last week. Okay. Now, what I kind of showed up here on the screen, this is the most current map of kind of like the Atlanta metro area kind of thing. And the areas in brown, those don't qualify for USDA. Excuse me. However, all those other areas out there, and there's a big propensity for buyers looking to move out. They want to get away from things. So there's a lot of areas that really are eligible for USDA. So please do consider that, because it's a good, powerful place to kind of be.
It is 100% low.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, I can't necessarily get you lower rates, but I can get you in with no down payment. So that's a really nice thing here. All right. Now, on the bad news side, the student loan restart here is on us now, and so for the past several years, I mean, the student loans have been paused for years now. And all of a sudden, there's going to be a shift starting now, right? And they're saying that it's going to take between $70 and $100 billion out of consumer spending out of the economy over the next year. And so of those, the 70% of student debt holders are between 25 and 49. Why is that important for us? Because that's where our first-time home buyer age is, right? I mean, our first-time home buyer age is about 34, 35 right now, and it falls right smack dab in the middle of this. And so, our average first-time buyer has student debt, and in the past, that's kind of been held off. It's kind of been in limbo. Everyone kind of acted like, don't mind the guy over there in the corner. There's nothing going on to see here. And guess what? That's coming back now. And so, making sure that if you have borrowers that were pre-approved, are they still, let's see what's going on with student debt. And we also like the vast majority of buyers get their financial advice from, drum roll please, real estate agent.
Absolutely.
And so the hard part here is that, we don't help you get your mortgage. We don't, we can't get your finance. However, our buyers are coming to us and talking about that. So we have to be the ones who say, listen, you can't just shove your head in the sand and act like student debt's not there. You can't just act like it's going to go away, because even if you file bankruptcy, guess what? Student loans are not eligible for bankruptcy. This will be with them for their entire lives. So they've got to grab the bull by the horns, face it, and just start paying the thing off, kind of thing. I know a lot of student debt holders that were like hoping that, oh, maybe they'll write it off. Listen, at this point, they got to start paying again. And we need to take the adult approach of talking to our folks about this, about getting on payment plans and these kind of things, because that can be a real barrier when they want to buy homes. When they're ready to buy a home, if they don't have their finances in order, and if they don't have their student loan issues settled, that can really defer them and hurt them. So please don't let your buyers do that. Be very proactive about this. It will. It's not I'd say a super fun conversation to have, but it's a very important conversation to have.
I like telling my clients that, we all have skeletons in our closet. So some are uglier than the other.
Skeletons.
Well, but the fact is that these are our obligation. Here's our income. Let's work toward to what we can do to help you to achieve your goal. It may not be today, 6 months, a year, 3 months, who knows?
Well, it might be the time we grab it by the horns. Yeah.
Right. But at the same time, if we can have plans and execute it, then you're one step ahead of everybody else.
Yeah. So now on the negative side, I guess you'd say mortgage rates hit 7.3. It's the highest level in 23 years. That's
pretty high.
It's getting up there. And so like the challenge for us is, though, this is what it is. Right. And so everyone laments and says, man, I wish I had bought a house when rates were at 3%. I wish I'd done this. And you know what? Here's where we are today. Right. And so even though rates are high, guess what? Folks still need housing. We're still going to sell 11,000 houses today. We're going to sell 11,000 houses tomorrow. Yes, mortgage rates are making things more difficult. It's making people hold off. It's making people rent more. It's making sellers hold off.
Concentrate on what's important.
Make sure that we don't talk ourselves out of the fact that there's still a lot going on.
Because there's way around that. Like I said, it takes a perfect storm. It takes a willing buyer to work toward his goal, and you educating the buyer on how to get there.
Well, and
along with your lender.
But the other thing that we're seeing that's really causing two things for our buyers right now. One is, yes, we know that rates are higher, but what that's really, it's not stopped them from wanting to buy a home. What it has is it's changed their price points. And so
if you look at at 5.5%, you were eligible for 387. At 7%, you're eligible for 330,000. At 7.5%, you're eligible for 314. So
it's about a $70,000 swing right now.
It's a big swing.
And so, first of all, our buyers are not buying on price; they're buying on payment. So having a good lender partner is crucial because they have to know what that payment is. And so, because we need to have lower payments, what we're seeing is there's a big shift towards smaller houses right now, and that's again driving more demand for those properties, those more quote unquote value price properties kind of thing. That's why we see our builders building primarily townhomes. They're normally a little bit cheaper, things like that. So right now it really is price is a very big factor for us at the moment. Now, the positive side of that is that even though all this stuff's going on with interest rates, guess what we're not doing? We're not defaulting on loans. So overall, foreclosure rates continue to decline. The number of properties that are 30, 60, 90 days has continued to go down. Yeah, I mean, like it has. If you look at on it, some things trend up and down, but if you compare us to where we were years ago, it is remarkably low. We don't see.
Well, you just need to know what your bases are. So if a basis of 2 foreclosure last year, now you're 100% up, and you're 4 house foreclosure. That's not a when you publish 100 foreclosure gone 100%, that's not a realistic on a percentage wise when you look at the units.
Yeah, but the other thing here is like I mean, back in 2006. When we saw people delinquent, going delinquent on their loans, like there's 1,000 places you could move to. Well, where are you going to go to now? You can go rent a much more expensive property, or and you won't be able to buy if you do this. So the foreclosure rates are really, really low, which is actually an indicator of how strong the housing market really continues to be. So now one thing that is driving what's happening with our mortgage rates is we're seeing more sellers that are having to drop their asking price. We're feeling more price pressure. Yeah, sensitive. It's a really good word for it, kind of thing. And so we're seeing where more and more properties are having to take a price decline, a price drop. Even though we're not seeing overall property values decrease, what we're seeing is sellers would come out with prices that weren't really realistic. They were trying to do, how we were in the summer of 21, where you could just stick any property out there and wait for everyone to fight over it.
What deferred maintenance is.
They're not fighting over it.
Even though with inventory low, the buyer are very selective what they purchase because they don't have the money to move in and then have to do all these repairs.
Yeah.
So, for them, it's got to be move-in ready.
So they just released the top 10 cities people are dreaming of moving to, and Atlanta made the list. We come in at number 9. The interesting thing is the number 1 city where more people want to move to, Austin, Texas, is also the 6th most city that most people are dreaming of getting away from. Like more people want to move to Austin. And also away from Austin at the same time, which I know.
I guess once you've been there, you kind of figure out whether or not this is for you or not.
I guess, but just the fact that all the cities in the United States we're on the list, we see a lot of people moving into Atlanta. Los
Angeles is on number 4 moving to, but they're number 1 moving away from.
Yeah, same kind of thing, right? But more people want to move to us. We have a positive net flow here in Georgia and Atlanta in particular, but overall, more and more people are looking to relocate. We're seeing right now where the average distance moved is over 100 miles now. And more home buyers are considering relocating to other areas, whether it be for, remote work, jobs, that kind of, and a lot of people would love to live. I live a little bit farther away with a lower cost of living and that kind of stuff. I can get more house out there. And so, right now, about a quarter of home buyers, will say, you know what, I'm willing to go. Actually, this is a really important factor for us because we've hear, like a lot of times, especially with our buyers right now, they're very price sensitive. So, everybody wants to be, like in the hip, trendy areas. Well, if you can't afford to live there, you can't afford to live there. And more of our buyers are willing to relocate. So do we need to look at areas like Macon, Warner Robins, outside into the USDA areas that we were talking about earlier? Those kind of things might be really good options for us. Now, here in Atlanta, where are people moving to Atlanta from? Number 1 continues to be and has been for like the last 5 years, New York. So more people move to Atlanta from New York than any other place. After that,
agents, this is good. Look, these are a great city for you network with another agent about referrals.
This is
so
bingo.
Please, call some of these top agents and say, hey, listen, I work in Georgia. I know relocation. And do you have any clients? I would love to work with you.
Well, the other big cities, right? New York, LA, Washington, D.C., San Francisco, Chicago. Those are where more people come. Now, where do folks that moving? This is interesting because they move mainly to smaller metros kind of thing, Jacksonville, Florida, Chattanooga, Destin, PCB, Memphis. So these are all smaller towns. More people move Atlanta and move out again to smaller towns. More people from the other big cities move into Atlanta. So, so there is, we have a positive net inflow where more people come into Georgia and more people come to Atlanta than leave. So that's a really good thing for us to be. Now, overall, Google searches for homes for sale are down about 12%. So overall, we feel that pressure overall on the market. We see that kind of going on. And that's leading us directly into our pending home sales index is down. It's down about 6% month over month, and we're down about 15% from last year. So pending sales are continuing to haunt us, hurt us. Some of this is seasonal. This time of year, we normally start trending down, but still, it's definitely painful seeing our pending home sales, because that's kind of the leading indicator of what's kind of going on in the months coming up. At the same time, new construction homes, really, we've been seeing new construction homes tick, 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 moving up. And then for the month of August, bam, they dropped about almost 10% down. Now, new construction is not one of those that is, apples to apples always, because you have new construction starts, you have permitting, you have completion. So it's not always a month-to-month kind of thing.
Sometimes supply and demand of the raw material and labor as well.
Yeah. So all those are factors overall. But still, we're seeing that where median sale price is still up. Now, this is on the national average. It's around 3% here in Georgia right now. We're running closer to 7% year to date on overall sale price year over year. And by the way, like the U.S. economy is not the only one that's been having, pricing issues kind of thing. The difference here is that in the U.S. compared to like Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and UK, we have rebounded much greater after COVID and that kind of stuff, same kind of thing, or since COVID. A lot of folks kind of dipped down in other countries. We're still holding really, really strong. And so that's yay America kind of thing. So overall, our biggest challenge comes from our new listings. New listings are still under last year
by 6%,
which is down significantly. And overall, all of our total inventory is down about 15%. And so those continue to haunt us. So we have more challenges with inventory than we actually do with interest rates. And I know it's a hard thing to swallow, but we have like our biggest challenge right now is inventory and interest rates. But inventory is probably a bigger deal. We just don't have enough homes to sell at the moment.
And agents, this is where you need to do a good seller consultation, because even though with the inventory down, it does not mean the buyer will just take whatever. They're still being very selective.
Now this week, tomorrow we have in our McDonough office, I think Ming and I will both be teaching contracts, offer, and acceptance. This is our basic contracts class. We just kind of go through and we focus on the big ones.
Yeah, agents, if you are new or just came on industry or coming back, or you just want to learn about contracts so you can negotiate better, I highly recommend you come to this class.
I always focus on the big ones here. Buyer brokerage, listing agreements, purchase and
we
sale.
Don't just talk about the contract, just so you know. We also talk about what's going on in today's market so you can make a really good offer or structure your brokerage agreement to where it's palatable.
Yeah. And then on Wednesday, DS Murphy is going to be teaching understanding values in this crazy market. That's going to be at our airport office up with Wordsworth. So please join us for that one. Right now, knowing what's going on with pricing and that kind of stuff, really, really important and crucial for us to be able to do that kind of thing.
And right now we are having just slight issue with appraisers because they know with the interest rate, they have to adjust accordingly.
Yep. So we hope you guys have a great week. If we can be any kind of service, please call, text, smoke signals. Have a great week.
Thank you. Happy Monday.
Bye.